If you are looking for a car for your daughter, your wife, or yourself, stop looking at gas mileage. Start looking at physics. Too many people buy tin cans, cheap, lightweight economy cars, thinking they're being smart with their money. But as a mechanic, I see what happens when a 6,000-pound Ford F-150 runs a red light and hits a 2,000-pound economy car. It isn't pretty. You need a car that is built like a bunker, a car that uses boron steel, a car that thinks faster than you do. I've compiled a list of the 7 safest, most reliable used cars under $15,000. These are the only keys I would hand to my own daughter. Let's start with a car that prevents the crash from happening in the first place, the Subaru Crosstrek, specifically the 2018 to 2021 models. This is the perfect first car for a new driver. Why? Because it is slow. It has a 2.0-liter engine that barely makes enough power to merge. That sounds bad, but for a teenager, it is a safety feature. You can't get into trouble if you can't go fast. But the real magic is the symmetrical all-wheel drive. Most SUVs are front-wheel drive until they slip. Subaru is powering all 4 wheels all the time. In rain, snow, or gravel, this car sticks to the road like glue. It also features the EyeSight system. These are 2 cameras near the rearview mirror that see the world in 3D. If a kid runs into the street, the car slams on the brakes before the driver even reacts. It's a guardian angel co-pilot. Mechanic note: Subaru wheel bearings tend to fail around 80,000 miles. Listen for a humming noise. It's a $400 fix, but worth it for the safety. If you want a sedan that handles like a sports car but protects like a vault, look at the Mazda 3, specifically the 3rd generation, built from 2014 to 2018. Mazda uses a technology called Sky Active Body. They use ultra-high tensile steel in the critical pillars. This makes the car incredibly rigid. Why does rigidity matter? Because in a crash, you want the energy to travel around you, not through you. Look at the side impact scores. The door beam strength is phenomenal for a car this size. Also, Mazda made blind spot monitoring standard on almost all trims very early on. This little light in the mirror prevents thousands of lane change accidents every year. Mechanic note: the paint on these is thin and chips easily, leading to surface rust if you don't wax it. But mechanically, the 2.0-liter engine is bulletproof. Physics is a law you cannot break. Force equals mass times acceleration. In a head-on collision, the heavier car usually wins. The Acura MDX weighs nearly 4,600 pounds. That is 1,500 pounds more than a Civic. It uses Honda's super handling all-wheel drive. This system can send 70% of the power to a single rear wheel to push the car around a corner. It makes a heavy SUV handle like a light sedan, which helps you dodge an accident. Under the hood, you have the J35 or J37 V6. These engines are known to hit 300,000 miles. It is built with Honda's ACE body structure. This is designed to absorb the impact of a mismatch crash, like if a tall truck hits your lower bumper. It distributes the force evenly. You can find these for $9,000 to $12,000. It is a luxury tank. Now, a quick interruption. Safety is important, but reliability keeps you broke. While the cars on this list are safe, there are specific model years of the Honda CR-V and Subaru Forester that have engine failures and CVT transmission explosions. If you buy the wrong year, you will be safe, but you will be walking because your car won't start. I compiled a master list of every single do not buy model year. It's called the 2025 Used Car Blacklist. Before you buy a car for your family, check this list. It costs less than a quart of oil, and it could save you thousands. Download it right now at the link below. Teenagers hate this next car. Parents love it. The Toyota Avalon. This is the big brother of the Camry. It's longer, wider, and heavier. The extra length gives you a massive crumple zone in the front and rear. If you get rear-ended in a tiny Corolla, the passengers in the back seat are in danger. In an Avalon, the trunk absorbs the entire impact. The rear passengers are sitting miles away from the bumper. It comes with 10 airbags as standard, including knee airbags for the driver and passenger. It uses the legendary V6, which has enough power to merge, but the suspension is tuned for comfort, not speed. It encourages calm driving. You can find these for $12,000. It's the most car you can get for the money. Statistically, this next car is one of the safest vehicles on planet Earth, the Lexus RX 350. Insurance data shows that the RX 350 has one of the lowest driver fatality rates in the SUV class. Why? Because it is boring, it is quiet, it is smooth. It doesn't encourage you to drive fast, it encourages you to relax. Drivers who are relaxed make fewer mistakes. But if a mistake happens, you are surrounded by a high-strength steel cage built to Lexus standards. Mechanic warning: if you buy a 2010 or 2011 model, check the oil cooler lines. The rubber ones can burst and kill the engine. Replace them with the metal updated lines for $200, and this car will run forever. The number 2 spot goes to the Honda CR-V, specifically the 4th generation, built from 2012 to 2016. Why this generation? Because it uses a traditional 5-speed automatic transmission that came later. But the safety feature I love most is visibility. Modern cars have tiny windows and huge blind spots. The CR-V has a massive greenhouse. You can see everything. Avoiding an accident is better than surviving one. The 2.4-liter engine is unkillable. The crash test ratings are 5 stars across the board. Mechanic warning: listen for a rattle on cold starts. That is the VTC actuator. It's annoying, but it won't destroy the engine. This is the perfect appliance for getting from point A to point B safely. And finally, the car that puts every other vehicle to shame, the Volvo S60. Volvo doesn't just pass safety tests, they design tests that are harder than the government requires. This car uses a safety cage made of hot-formed boron steel. Boron steel is 4 times stronger than regular high-strength steel. In a rollover, the roof of this sedan can support the weight of the entire car without crushing the cabin. It was one of the first cars to come standard with city safety, automatic braking that stops the car if you're about to rear-end someone in traffic. The seats have whips, whiplash protection system. The entire backrest moves backward in a rear-end collision to save your neck. You can buy a nice S60 for $8,000 to $10,000. Mechanics hate working on them because they're complex, but as a father, I don't care. If my daughter's in a crash, I want her in a Volvo. It is the cheapest life insurance money can buy. You cannot put a price on your family's life, but luckily you don't have to spend $50,000 to keep them safe. Any of these 7 cars will protect your loved ones better than a shiny new plastic economy car. But safety means nothing if the car leaves you stranded on the highway. You need to know which transmissions fail and leave you stuck in traffic. Watch this video to see the nightmare transmissions you must avoid.